Many students who are interested in becoming professional actors enroll in the summer acting programs at the Maggie Flanigan Studio. Adam Marsh discusses his decision to train as an actor after receiving his degree in biomedical
I started acting
engineering.
when I was in 4th grade, and it was right after I saw my first play, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and I was like, I have to do that. So from that point forward, I think I was just constantly in a play or of some sort until I was like 18 years old. And then I studied biomedical engineering in college and didn't do a show again for the next 12 years until just about now.
And what were you doing before you started the 6-week summer intensive?
Yeah, I've been working in electronic medical records for the last 8 years, and most recently I did a consulting contract so that I could move out here to New York and kind of land on my feet before I did something like this.
Have you ever studied the Meisner technique before?
No.
How is it different than what you expected?
Yeah, I had no idea what to expect. I knew a little bit about repetition, and I knew I'd be doing that a little bit, but I guess I didn't expect it to like bring me to life in ways that it did.
And I know you said you moved here, but what were the steps you took that landed you at Maggie Flanigan Studio in the summer intensive? Or did you know you need training? Was it something you weren't sure of?
Yeah, kind of the first steps that I took when I moved to this city were like, okay, you get headshots and you get a coach. And so I got a coach and talked to him about different programs in the city, and I Googled it, and Maggie Flanigan was not too far from like where I lived and where I was working. So I thought I'd go in there, and I talked to my coach about it too, and he was like, Maggie's amazing, the program has to be great. Interviewed, and here I am.
Did you look at any other studios, or it was just here?
Just here.
And why did what after the interview led you to decide to commit?
Yeah, I think it was two things. One was just actually getting to talk to Charlie, and I knew that I really needed to have a program where somebody cared how I was doing and whether or not I was growing, and was going to really pay attention to me and know about me and where I'm at, my journey, and I'd like have small class sizes. So that was all obvious to me after talking to Charlie, and I also knew that I needed somebody that was going to be kind of hard on me and expect a lot from me and expect me to grow quickly. Otherwise, I'm just going to check out, you know. And then I talked to somebody in the elevator that had done the program and then had done the 2-year program after the summer intensive, and they were just kind of going on and on all the way down the elevator ride about how much had changed their life and how I needed to do it if I was even considering it. So yeah, that was enough for a selling point for a 7-week program for me to try it out.
And you mentioned the small class sizes. How do you think that, whether it was in acting, movement, voice, any of the classes you were taking this summer, how do you think that just contributed to the overall experience of the community that we have here?
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, I've grown really close to all the other students here, and I don't know how you couldn't and have a soul after seeing just like how vulnerable and exposed and like earnest the students are here, and how hard they're trying, and you know, they're fun people too. But it's nice to know like look out into the classroom when you're nervous and scared, and know that everybody out there cares about you and wants to see you do well and is excited to see what you're about to do. And I think that means a lot.
You've talked a little bit about how supportive Charlie is, or how you feel really supported by him.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you've gotten to work with some of the other teachers too, like Karen or Tina, Liz,
Mm-hmm.
Larry. Can you talk about your experience with them a little bit?
Oh, they're wonderful. I suppose it must be because of, having similar backgrounds in training or something, but I feel like Karen and Charlie are really similar in the way they work with you and what they expect from you. And I felt Karen's come into our classroom, I think 2 or 3 times during the program, and after maybe the first time, I already felt like she somehow knew me as a person, and the next time she came in, she remembered everything about what I'd done the week before, week and a half, or whatever it was, and was still able to give me really helpful notes. And I think Liz and Tina and Larry, they're all just so genuinely excited in class whenever they see a bright moment or see something click for me. I can tell that they're thrilled, and they just give it everything they have every day that they're there. So I don't know, they're wonderful people.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about why you came to New York. A lot of prospective students think they don't have the money, they don't have the time, they're too old because they're 22, and that, this dream or the thing they've always wanted to do has kind of passed them by,
Mm-hmm.
and they couldn't possibly commit to 6 weeks or 9 weeks or 2 years because that is time and money, and they need to be an actor yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So can you just share a little bit about your experience and what made you take the leap of moving from Wisconsin, a stable career,
Mm-hmm.
to having a stable job, but why you made that shift and what it's done for you?
Yeah. First of all, I can relate to all of that a lot. It was terrifying to me, and it's always been terrifying to me to even consider pursuing my dreams, right, and doing the one thing that was always in the back of my mind that I felt I needed to do. And I'm 30 years old, and I had a friend that I was visiting out here that was acting and working and really loving what he was doing. And it just made me realize that it was possible. And after I let myself believe that, I couldn't stay away anymore. And I knew that I had to give it a shot. So yeah, as soon as I decided that, I definitely had that impatience, I need to audition immediately, and I need to get out there, and I need to be working. And I think doing this has been really helpful because it actually did give me a way to kind of channel that energy into something, and it gave me something to do that would help me improve. And it also made me realize that I have so much to learn, and if it's honestly something that I want to do, and if I want to be the best actor I can be and the best artist, and actually, if I'm actually serious about this, then it's kind of the only option for me is to keep studying and to learn as much as humanly possible. So, if I'm lucky, I'll be a student forever.
And is your family supportive of the move and transition?
Yeah, I think they're nervous for me, but they're also really excited about it. I call my mom all the time and talk to her. She's back in Wisconsin, and I think at first when I told her I was doing this, she probably about had a heart attack, but when she hears me talk about it and talk about how classes are and everything I'm learning, she just she always tells me she's gonna cry because she's just so happy for me, and she knows that I'm meant to be doing this, right? So now they're supportive and they know how important it is to me.
And you talked a little bit too about your classmates and how close you are with them, and how has the close community here, the small classes, the opportunity to get close to them, how has that helped this transition? How has that made the transition a little bit easier for you too?
Yeah, because I have a background in software and all that, and because I just moved here like this year, I don't have this like huge community of actors and people that understand what I'm going through. And my friends are great, but they just kind of give me weird looks when I tell them like, oh, I'm really stressed. I spent 2 hours crying today. Like, what? So it's really nice to have such great classmates here that I can just, grab a beer with after class and talk to and share our experiences and what we're going through. And, people say it's, they learn things about themselves that like they didn't realize talking to their therapist, right? And it's nice to be able to share things like that with somebody that's going to listen and understand why that is and be supportive about it.
And what would you say to someone who's maybe in a similar position as you? They feel like, it's too late, they're too old, quote, so that's in quotes. They don't have the money, they don't have the time,
Mm-hmm.
They're really hemming and hawing the decision, but they know this is what they want to do. What would you say to that person?
Yeah, well, it's not going to get easier, and they're not going to get younger, but also it's really silly to think of anyone being too old to act. It's not like everyone just wants to watch like a 19-year-old on network television, and I would hope that that person would understand that they've had really valuable life experiences and a totally different, unique experience and perspective that they're going to bring now, just from the fact that they've lived and done other things. I think I'm a totally different person than I would have been had I, gotten the other side of the coin when I flipped it as an 18-year-old, right, and decided, okay, I'm doing it then, and I think I'm more ready for it now than I was when I was, a kid.
And what would you also say to that person is the number one reason to study at Maggie Flanigan Studio?
Well, if their primary concern is like that they're afraid about, time and money and, making it work with, the rest of their lives, I feel like I've found a place here with people that are really understanding of the fact that you do have a life and you do have a career and you are trying to get work. And, if you miss class, like, because you get an audition or something, or you get work, then you're going to find people here that are excited for you and are going to help you work through that and do makeup classes and things like that. So it's a really good environment to kind of like land in if you're going to try and make that jump.
The 6-week acting program at Maggie Flanigan Studio includes the Meisner Summer Intensive, as well as voice, movement, and on-camera acting classes. Students who want to learn more about the acting programs and professional actor training at the studio should visit the studio website before calling for information. Students with questions about enrollment can call 917-789-1599.